rebel of the heirlooms. We are burning our belongings in the front yard.
I'm drinking the Petite Pearl. It's one of their more expensive ones, but it's one of my favorites. It's a very dark, bold red. I can't get enough of it.
I have the St. Pepin, which is a really nice light white. I think it's something that is described as everybody likes it.
Yeah, great table wine. And I am drinking the Le Crescent. So group members, perhaps you got an opportunity to sample this. This, I think, is maybe one of the second or third most frequently sold there. And again, it's a semi-dry white. And I think it has a good amount of citrus or some sour to it. And so that's kind of nice for people who don't want too much
Super
sweet.
Sure, I can start with that. Me and Rachel have been there a lot. We started going there pretty much when they opened, not too far along after. We've been going there. They do a monthly wine pairing dinner, and we go there so pretty much about once a month for the past year or so. They also have like a wine club, which we get wine in the mail, but they also throw other events, so we'll go there a lot in summer as well.
And for Ryan and I, it's also similar. We were introduced to the winery by some mutual friends and started going there first just for a glass of wine and to do wine sampling, and then we started going to the dinners as well. Our experiences overlap a lot because we tend to go to Vines and Rushes together.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll go. So in the beginning, like I said, we just went there with friends or family members for wine tasting, or just to get a glass. They have a really nice outdoor patio area with really comfortable seating area, and so we would just go and have a glass and conversation and stuff. But then kind of progressed to going to these wine dinners, which they usually do, the first Friday or Saturday of the month. Excellent food. So I think that's definitely been something that's kept us coming back, is just that pairing of good quality food with good quality wine at a reasonable price. And then I think maybe that grew into paying attention a little bit more on their website, Facebook, etc., for the events that they do. So they have yoga in the vineyard, they have a lot of local artists. Orelai is one of our favorites.
A lot of live music.
Yeah, and all their live music is amazing. I don't think I've ever heard someone that I didn't really enjoy. And they do host craft fairs and different paint and sip events. So really all of that. There's such a diversity, I think, that can really attract a wide variety of demographics. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. So when they first started those dinners, it was just kind of like the four of us. And then since then, we brought my side of the family, her side of the family, other friends. We've brought a lot of close friends and family to there because of the great experiences we had there.
We post things on Facebook a lot, like if we take pictures there during the wine dinners or their different events that they do during the summer. And so I think that's represented a little bit on Instagram and stuff like that too. But it's really easy because the owners are about our age, a little bit older than you guys, and they're so genuine. So you just naturally want to, I think, put it out there.
Yeah, the owner is very friendly and always talks to us.
What else can you say about the staff?
They're all very knowledgeable. They're all very friendly. Every person that we've had a wine tasting with or who has served us food has been helpful.
I think every person has been, I think one of the best words is caring. You always feel like when they're talking to you, they care about what you want to get out of the wine, like what you're looking for, and you just always feel taken care of. It's just nice to kind of have that personal level, adds another depth to the company.
I totally agree with both of those comments, and I would add that when I was thinking about a word that I would use to describe the winery and the staff specifically per your question, the word that comes to mind is genuine. So you guys had a chance to meet with Ryan, and I'm sure you felt that same way, but he's just so genuine. He does everything with this like understated excellence, I think. And the rest of his staff, I don't know them very well because there's different pours depending which time you go in, and he has a lot of part-time staff, but they're all just really friendly, very conversational, very easy to talk to. You don't feel like you're making this forced small talk, and so there's this just really like natural, relaxed environment that I really appreciate. And I want to add, I love seeing his dad, Ryan's father, there, because it just speaks to that family heritage. And his dad is so delightful and charming, and I that always gives me all the feels. So yeah, I think that a strength of Vines and Rushes is that it has a very accessible feel. Yeah. So Ryan and I have been to different wineries, Wollersheim and then some in Door County, but then also in California. And depending where you go, I think there's sometimes this like highbrow attitude about wine, and that you need to be a connoisseur to really be in your element or to be able to participate without feeling like a phony or something. And I have never gotten that feel at Vines and Rushes. It's so accessible, and I think anyone really can enjoy it, no matter if it's you're just dipping your toe in the pool of it or it's something where you've enjoyed wine and have a lot of knowledge about it. So
what keeps each of you coming back? I mean, you're all kind of separate people, separate backgrounds, so what is it for each of you that keeps you coming back to Vines and Rushes?
Do you want to start?
I would say their commitment to using everything that's local. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty big one for me. They use all local fruit, like grapes, and even their people that they cater the wine pairing dinners through all use local stuff if they can get it. And they're very like engaged with the community. That also kind of goes along with the local thing.
I think mine is very similar. I like that it's kind of a mom and pop place, for lack of a better phrase. I like that it's small town Wisconsin, and I think that those of us who do like fine food and fine wine, there's not a lot of opportunities or places in our vicinity that we can go to. Like there's Wollersheim or Door County, but that's still quite a distance. So someplace really near the Fox Valley. And so I really want to support that because I feel like Ryan and his wife and family stepped out and did this, new thing. And if it's not supported by, us going to the events and the wine dinners and stuff like that, it's not going to be sustainable. And I want to have that opportunity for years to come. So.
And it's really interesting going there like a year later and seeing all the renovations and the growth they've had, because when we first started going there, it was just kind of a small little shop, and then they had in the back was actually where they do all the bottling and everything. They'd clear that out, and that's where they'd host the wine pairing dinner. So now, since then, they've added on a whole big, I think they call it a great room. So it's like a big activity center for like weddings, the wine pairing dinners, live music, activities. So kind of going back and seeing all the new wines and the growth, and I think all that support that we've given them has kind of led to that point, so it's really nice to see that.
I also really respect that. I think they're very collaborative with other businesses in the area, which what Rachel was alluding to that as well. But they the beer. What is it called?
Knuth Brewing.
Yeah, that they facilitate that, and not only the local farmers, but like then the artisans and the vendors for their art fairs, and the painters and the yoga people. That they really, they outsource that stuff to also help support their fellow businessmen and entrepreneurs. So I respect that.
Grab all of the heirlooms, we are burning our belongings in the front yard. Let the nosy neighbors guard.